Villanova still number 1, Virginia and Purdue rise in AP top 25. Duke was the ACC's preseason favorite and North Carolina the defending national champion. The conference leader and highest-ranked team so far, Virginia, picked to finish 6th in the ACC preseason poll. The Cavaliers, 15-1, 4-0, have been the conference's most consistent team so far this season behind their still-stifling defense. Virginia, 15-1, 4-0 ACC, moved up a spot to number 2 and received a first-place vote in the AP Top 25 released on Monday, its highest ranking since reaching number 2 in the 2014-15 season. The Cavaliers, number 1 in KenPom.com's defensive efficiency rankings, beat Syracuse and North Carolina State last week. They've taken care of business, so they're in this spot, Virginia coach Tony Bennett said of his players. Our pillar in our program is all about humility. It just means knowing who you are. I've said this before. They're very clear on how they have to play. They do it together. Villanova remained at the top spot for the second straight week, receiving 63 of 65 first-place votes from a media panel. The Wildcats, 16-1, 4-1 Big East, moved atop the poll for the second time this season after Michigan State's loss to Ohio State last week and stayed there after wins over number 10 Xavier and St. John's. Purdue had the other number 1 vote and moved up 2 spots to number 3, its highest ranking since reaching number 3 in 2009-10 after extending its winning streak to 13 games with victories over Michigan and Minnesota. Matt Painter's Boilermakers, 17-2, 6-0 Big Ten, are off to their best start since 1987-88 and best in the Big Ten since winning the first 8 games of 1989-90. They're playing with a great purpose, Minnesota coach Richard Pitino said. They coach themselves. Matt's a terrific coach, but you can tell they're coaching each other. Oklahoma and star freshman Trae Young continued their rise through the poll, moving up 5 spots to number 4. The Sooners, 14-2, 4-1 Big 12, have their highest ranking since reaching number 1 in 2015-16, when they reached the Final Four. Duke moved up 2 spots to round out the top 5. West Virginia dropped 4 spots to number 6 after losing to number 8 Texas Tech. While the Big 12 has the best RPI of any conference and 8 teams in the KenPom Top 50. Its teams also have been beating up on each other since the conference season started just after Christmas. West Virginia, 15-2, 4-1 Big 12, reached its highest ranking since 1959 a week ago, only to lose to the Red Raiders 72-71 in Lubbock. Texas Tech lost to Oklahoma on Tuesday, creating a logjam at the top of the Big 12 between those 3 teams and number 10 Kansas, which moved up 2 spots this week following wins over Iowa State and rival Kansas State. Number 24 TCU remained in the AP Top 25 despite losing to Texas in double overtime and by 5 to Oklahoma last week. The Horned Frogs, 13-4, 1-4, have lost 4 Big 12 games by a combined 11 points. Rising and falling Oklahoma, number 15 North Carolina and number 17 Auburn had the biggest jumps in the poll, moving up 5 spots each. TCU had the biggest fall, losing 8 spots, followed by number 25 Miami's 7th-place drop to number 25 following a loss to number 20 Clemson. Arizona State dropped 5 spots to number 16 after splitting games against the Pac-12's Oregon schools. Moving in number 22 Ohio State is ranked for the first time since reaching number 12 during the 2014-15 season after victories over Maryland and Rutgers last week. The Buckeyes also knocked Michigan State from the number 1 ranking with an 80-64 victory on January 7. Michigan moved into the poll for the first time this season at number 23 after beating Michigan State on Saturday. Dropping out, Creighton dropped out of the poll from number 25 after a loss to number 10 Xavier. Florida fell out from number 23 after losing to Louisville. _more app college basketball, http://collegebasketball.app.org and http://twitter.com/app_top25